just, you know, controlled by the feeling, how I feel today, what is going to be my mood. So I'm like, sometimes maybe I let myself be too controlled by my mood, and I like to do things when I'm in a good mood. This doesn't help for the discipline, of course, because like discipline is a skill that you can learn. um this is not really what I do. I can be disciplined for like a few days, or maybe after it's gonna be like one per week. Like I cannot do more than that. So it's like lack of discipline, you know. And I don't know, maybe because I'm waiting to have the inspiration. So they're gonna say, some people are gonna say at the end, but you are not, you do nothing at the end. Well, I am doing, because when I start to doing, I can do it for hours and hours and hours. Like I don't have this perception of the time, because I really think that time is not linear, and it's just a man invention, you know. Of course, I believe on the season, but the season is every 3 months. So the day, yeah, you see the day, and you see the night. Sorry, I'm gonna take off this because it's annoying. You see the day, you see the night, uh, but after, why you have to do all the time the same thing, from this hour to this hour, and the day also this day. Like when I'm not doing that, I don't know if it's Monday, if it's Wednesday, if it's Saturday, Sunday. I have no idea. And here, for example, on Sunday, everything is closed. So I'm like, when it's Sunday, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go buy some stuff at the grocery, because I don't like to go to the grocery store. And I completely forgot, and everything is closed, and I'm like, okay. So I have to be more aware about the day. It's like, they also say that you have to be more present in the moment, and it's like, yeah, but sometimes no, but I know that I'm in the present moment doing something, so I'm creating something, and I'm aware of that. But I completely like lose completely the perception of the time, and maybe my environment. Like I'm going in, you know. I'm going in, but I'm saying I'm doing like this. I'm going in, but to put stuff outside. When you are in the process of creativity, it's like I see myself putting this outside, you know. But I'm gonna see me pushing out, inside out, yeah. And this is kind of weird. So it's like everything in the reality just has the tendency to disappear, and even the perception of time have the tendency to disappear in this state of mind, in the state of the creative mind. And yeah, sometimes it's kind of complicated. The crazy stuff, it's also that you lose the perception of the time, not only of the time, the perception of own your reality, because you're living in your own reality. So this is why we advise that to find yourself again, to not be loose in this timeline, in this time, in this paradox, is to go inside of yourself, to go inward, I think it's the word, uh, to really go inside, and yeah, to find yourself again, to from the inside out. We have the tendency to hide who we are, to hide what is inside, a lot of tendency, instead of putting this outside. And this is what it make you original, is what does make your personality. Instead of that, we are just the perception, to not fall in the trap to just only be the perception of what other people perceive from you, because this is not your reality. We fall in the trap of that, but it's not your reality. It's not your reality. So yeah, I'm gonna continue, because yeah, this is what I do. I have some burst of energy. I'm start to talk about something, and then another stuff and another stuff. So don't hesitate. If you have some subject, we can go and talk about the subject. Don't be shy. Put yourself out. It's everything is okay. There's no judgment here. So yeah, I'm gonna continue with my lunch also. And yeah, So yeah, the time, and you see, when you're doing something that you like, the time can pass very fast. When you're doing something that you don't like, you're bored, and you see that the time passes in a different way. Of course, it's going to be your perception of the time, but not everybody have the same perception. So time is not linear. It's like, yeah, if you have some habit and you do every day the same thing, uh, and even your perception of the reality, of the perception of what you think is the reality, is not always the reality, because it's not going to be the same reality for you than for the other people. Also, you know that the brain, you see stuff, you hear, you smell, okay, it's your senses. Your brain gonna recreate what you see, what you sense, what you feel. Also, no, feel come from the outside, the feeling come from the outside, so you're gonna more feel, more sense, you know, with your sense, the touch, and if it's cold, if it's warm, okay, everything, to make yourself an image inside of what you're perceiving. But you can be perceiving completely different than another person. So this is the thing: is what we see today with our own eyes real, or it's just an image created by our brain about all that you perceive and sense? So it could be different from one person to the other. It's going to be completely different. Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining. So yeah, the perception of reality can be different for different person, and different people live their reality in different way. So it's like, when people say it's just a misunderstood, uh, it's the way you perceive the things, and make the people change their perception is kind of very complicated sometimes. Or not to change the perception, but in fact to put themselves in your own shoes, because you can explain, and people not gonna understand, because it's their experience and how they perceive the thing. And some people can be stuck there, and some people can say, I just believe in what I see. If I don't see the thing differently, I'm not gonna believe. So they're stuck in their minds, just like you are stuck in your mind, believing what you see. But what you see is just your brain recreating the image of what you see, and giving more information about if it's cold, if it's warm, if it's gonna use all your senses. So we live in a sensitive world. Our perception is made about what we sense also. It's not just only what we see, it's also what we hear. And sometimes what we hear can be more frightened than what we see. I see that the fear came a lot of a perception. And maybe you can see one image on a video of paranormal stuff. Some people are gonna hear something, other not. Some people are gonna see something and other not. So it's really the perception. And sometimes when there's picture or video, it's just the pixel of the camera. There's nothing paranormal there. That some people are gonna see because they want to see that. Also, you can have the perception of the thing that you want to see. Sometimes you can hear what you want to hear. Sometimes it's not about miscommunication or misperception. It's most of the time it's what you really want to see. And this is how fear comes also. The fear comes from a place, well, I have this fear, I'm focused on this fear, and so everything's about the brain gonna recreate this. So your brain gonna decide that, yeah, this instead of a pixel, instead of a shadow, is gonna be the thing that have the fear. So to change the fear is to change the perception of what you have, the perception of what make you so fearful. This is a way to change it. It's everything is the brain, everything is the perception, everything is. So yeah. Okay. I said before I'm gonna post a chat, and I will come back later. Okay. If I can. With the flip phone is kind of difficult.